Tuesday, 11:14. A number moves across your screen. $1 billion. You don't blink. You've seen it move before. Up, down, sideways. Today it's up. $40 million in about 6 minutes. You close the laptop. You go make a sandwich. That's the whole reaction. Somewhere out there, people are guessing who controls $1 billion. A man in a glass office, a woman on a yacht, someone with a name on a building. It's none of that. It's you. In a 2-bedroom apartment with a leaking faucet you keep meaning to fix. You've meant to fix it for 3 weeks. You haven't. Because fixing a faucet costs an afternoon, and you don't have an afternoon. Not because you're rich, because you're responsible for something that never sleeps. Nobody at the gym knows. Nobody at your sister's birthday last month knew. You stood in her kitchen holding a paper plate, and someone asked what you do for work, and you said, "Finance, boring stuff." And that was true. And also the biggest lie you tell on a weekly basis. You don't manage your own money. Not really. You manage everyone else's. $1 billion that belongs to families you've mostly never met, spread across accounts with names that mean nothing outside a spreadsheet. Your own bank account has $4,300 in it. You checked this morning. You always check in the morning, before the market opens, before the number that isn't yours starts moving again. It started small. It always does. 9 years ago, you were managing $600,000 for one family, a retired couple who didn't trust the big banks after watching them fail their neighbors in 2008. They gave you their savings because you were patient with their questions. That's it. That's the whole qualification. You didn't have a name. You didn't have a building. You had time, and you used it answering emails at 11 p.m. about numbers that scared them. You didn't lose the money. That's the entire story of how you got here. You didn't lose it. One family told another family. That family told a small business owner who told his brother-in-law, who ran a private fund that needed someone quiet and careful to handle the parts nobody wanted to touch. 9 years of not losing it. 9 years of answering the phone at dinner. 9 years of being the person who reads the fine print so somebody else doesn't have to lie awake at night. You didn't ask to be trusted with $1 billion. You just kept showing up, and nobody ever had a reason to leave. That's the part people get wrong about money like this. They think it arrives with a moment, a deal, a headline. It doesn't. It arrives the way trust always does, quietly, one referral at a time, until one Tuesday, you look at a dashboard, and the number has 10 digits, and your own coffee maker is broken, and you haven't replaced it because you keep forgetting you can afford to. You drive a car that's 11 years old. The check engine light has been on since spring. You know exactly what's wrong with it, and you know exactly how much it costs to fix. And you also know exactly what a 50 basis point move looks like in a fund you oversee. And one of those numbers matters to you every single day, and it isn't the car. Your father asked you once what you actually do. You told him you help people manage risk. He nodded like that answered something. It didn't. What you didn't tell him is that the risk you manage isn't theirs anymore. Somewhere along the way, it became yours to carry. And nobody who trusted you with it ever thinks about what it costs the person holding the number that isn't supposed to belong to anyone. The isolation part is the piece nobody warns you about. You can't talk about your day the way other people talk about theirs. Your neighbor complains about his boss. You nod along. You can't complain about the fund that dropped 4% in a week because the second you say a real number out loud, the conversation changes forever. People don't hear "stressful day." They hear, "I know someone with money." So you say nothing. You've gotten good at saying nothing. You have a whole vocabulary of vague answers you rotate through, so nobody notices you're using them. You dated someone for 2 years who never knew, not because you lied, because you never found the right moment. And then too much time passed, and the not telling became its own kind of lie. She thought you worked in finance, the way 1 million people work in finance. She left before you ever had to explain it. And some nights you wonder if that was the real reason. the thing sitting underneath all the smaller reasons you gave each other. You'll never know. That's the price, not the hours. The distance it puts between you and everyone who doesn't share the weight. Your own family thinks you're comfortable, not rich. Comfortable. When your cousin needed help with a down payment, you helped, quietly, the amount you could explain without questions. You didn't help with what you actually could have done, because the moment you did, you'd have to explain a number that would change how every person at Thanksgiving looked at you for the rest of your life. So you help small. You help in ways that fit the story everyone already believes about you. Then March happens. A Tuesday, like most bad days are. A position you approved 18 months ago, one that made sense with everything you knew at the time, starts falling apart in real time. Not slowly, fast. The kind of fast where you're watching a number lose 11% before lunch. And 11% of $1 billion isn't a number anymore. It's people's retirements. It's a couple's house. It's the family that trusted you 9 years ago, still trusting you, having no idea their entire life is moving through your hands, like water through a crack you didn't know was there. You don't call anyone. There's no one to call who would understand what you're looking at. You sit at your kitchen table with the leaking faucet dripping behind you, and you make the only decision you can make. You hold. You don't panic sell into a falling market because you know, underneath the fear, that panic is how permanent losses get made. You've read every crash in history. You know what fear does to good decisions. So you sit with your hands flat on the table and you wait. And waiting is the hardest thing you will do all year, and nobody will ever know you did it. 3 weeks later, it recovers. Not all of it. Enough. The families never know how close it came. They never know you didn't sleep for 4 nights. They see a statement that dipped and came back, the way statements do, and they go on living their lives, never knowing the version of this story where you sold at the bottom out of fear, and none of them ever got their money back. That's what $1 billion actually buys you. Not a yacht, not a name on a building. It buys you the right to carry something enormous, completely alone, so that other people never have to. You started this Tuesday morning making a sandwich while a fortune moved without you. You'll end most Tuesdays the same way. The number was never the story. The weight was. And maybe that's the real question worth sitting with. When you finally carry something big enough, does anyone actually get to see you carrying it? If this made you think differently about what money really costs the people who manage it, stick around. There's more where this came from.